Okay, so get this, right? You're just like chatting with ChatGPT like everyone does these days, and you decide to ask it a simple question, and bam, it hits you with this like crazy, insightful observation about you. Wild, right?
Well, and that's exactly what we're diving into today. This
Yeah.
whole thing with this viral ChatGPT prompt has got everyone talking, and honestly, for good reason. It's seriously mind-bending stuff.
So the prompt itself is super straightforward, almost deceptively simple. It's just, um, from all our interactions, what's one thing you can tell me about myself that I may not know?
Yeah.
Like easy peasy,
Yeah,
right?
hold on, because there's a catch. This whole thing, it only works with ChatGPT Plus, the paid version.
Yeah.
And that little detail actually reveals something pretty massive about how this whole thing works.
Because it all comes down to AI memory. Now, I'll be honest, I'm not exactly a tech whiz. That's why we've got you here. But I'm super curious. Like, what's the big deal about AI memory? What makes it the key to, like, unlocking these crazy personalized insights?
Well, think about it this way, right? Up until pretty recently, chatbots, they were essentially responding to each prompt, like in isolation. It was almost as if they had absolutely no memory whatsoever of any past conversations.
So, like, talking to a goldfish with an impressive vocabulary.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly like that. But now you bring in this whole memory aspect, and it totally changes the game, like completely. It means that AI, it's not just about like isolated responses anymore.
Okay, I see what you're saying. So you're talking about the potential for an AI assistant that actually learns your preferences, like anticipates your needs. Hold on, that's kind of blowing my mind right now.
And that's exactly it. It's like analyzing your entire communication style, figuring out the topics you're drawn to, even potentially your values.
So it's basically like Spotify, but for your personality instead of your music taste, right?
Precisely. Exactly that. It's every single interaction, every click, like you were saying.
Which honestly, that's both incredibly cool and like a tiny bit creepy, would you say? But then again, it totally explains why people are just like obsessed with the responses they're getting with this prompt. I mean, seriously, imagine getting like a piece of life advice from an AI, but it's like scary, accurate, like it cuts right to the core of who you are.
And that's what we're seeing. People are really fascinated by this idea that maybe, just maybe, AI could actually understand us, like on a deeper level than we understand ourselves.
And it's not like that's impossible, is it? I mean, think about how much data we're constantly feeding these things.
That's right. Every little thing adds up, and it paints a very detailed picture.
Okay, so, like, where do we even go from here? What does this even mean for us, for human? I mean, as AI keeps getting better and better at reading between the lines, is it going to change how we even connect with each other?
Well, that's the million-dollar question, isn't it? It's fascinating to consider, and honestly, a little daunting, too.
Yeah, no kidding. Talk about food for thought.
Because AI, it's not just some tool anymore, right?
Yeah.
It's more like a mirror, and it's reflecting who we are. And maybe, just maybe, even revealing things we never even realized about ourselves.
Wow, I think you just blew everyone's minds.
Well, on that note, maybe it's time to rethink how much we chat with these bots, eh? Just saying.
Anyway, that's all the time we have for today's deep dive. Thanks for listening, everyone.